Hey guys, this is your girl Calories Queen, and today we'll be just talking about diet breaks. Should you do them? Should you not do them? What's the purpose in your diet and how it can improve your fat loss journey? Let's begin. Diet break is basically a term which was introduced by Lyle McDonald in his book Guide to Flexible Dieting. And if you haven't read that book, I definitely recommend that. Of diet breaks and fat loss journey came from the 2003 paper by Wing and Jeffrey. Basically, the paper was about obese men, right? They were on a fat loss journey, and what this paper observed was there were two groups. One was a control group which did the continuous calorie deficit fat loss journey, and there was group second. What they did was they introduced breaks in between, and what they found was the control group and the group 2, which introduced diet breaks between the fat loss journey, both lost the same amount of weight. There was no difference in the weight loss after 14 weeks, and this is why diet breaks became so popular as a means to introduce to improve the fat loss journey, to improve the adherence, and to make the fat loss journey a bit easier on you. The results of this paper were actually surprising for the authors as well, because this study was actually meant to introduce diet breaks just to see the adherence or the sustainability of a diet. Like, after you lose weight, do you maintain a weight if you introduce diet breaks, or do you maintain the weight if you do a continuous restriction? And surprisingly, we got a new phenomenon called as diet break. After this study, not many studies came to support this diet breaks or to observe the effect of diet breaks. But very recently in 2017, a study was done on obese men, and what they did was they divided them again in two groups. Group 1, which did 16-week straight dieting with 33% calorie deficit. And group 2, what they did was they introduced diet break after every 2 weeks. That is, if they dieted at 33% calorie deficit for 2 weeks, they would take a break for 2 weeks and eat at maintenance calories. The only thing was that the group 2, which introduced diet breaks, they dieted for 30 weeks. This was done so that the researchers could control the total calorie deficit over the given time period. Hence, the group 2 has to diet for a longer period. The result of this study was that the group 2, which actually introduced diet breaks in their fat loss journey, lost 50% more fat. No extra muscle was lost, and the metabolic adaptation for this group was lesser than the group 1, which did a continuous calorie deficit. The reason for this is that the energy sort of rebounded in group 2, like after 4 weeks or 8 weeks time period it remains same, but after 8 weeks the energy sort of rebounded, and this could be the difference in the metabolic slowdown after 16 weeks. What's interesting is that when the authors reached out to these groups after 6 months of the study, what they found was that the group 2, which introduced diet breaks in the fat loss journey, was seeing 80 to 90% better fat loss than the group 1. And this is important to consider over here, that the fat loss maintenance or the weight maintenance after your fat loss is very, very important, and it's something I heavily focus on when I'm working with my clients. So, should you include it in your fat loss journey? My advice is it's probably not for everyone. It depends on you. If you are in a rush to reduce your fat, then you can skip the diet breaks. But if you want a longer term solution to it, then definitely go ahead, introduce the diet break, and it will just make your life easier. And regarding diet breaks, there's a bit loophole right now. There's not many research that has been done on healthy individuals or women per se. But let's hope for the best. Let's see if new research come about, and I'll keep you updated. Subscribe to this channel if you want to be updated with the scientific knowledge, scientific evidence of fitness.